reproduction states the importance of reproduction. Types of reproduction list examples with organisms that reproduce sexually and asexually. How do living organisms reproduce? Living organisms reproduce due to the process of reproduction. Reproduction is the process by which living organisms create offsprings of their own kind. It is important for a living organism to reproduce so that it will go extinct. Another important reason is that traits are passed down to their offspring, like the characteristics, their height, color of their fur, and so on. All of that are passed on from the parents to their offspring.
Alright. So we have types of reproduction here. So there are two types of reproduction. These are asexual and sexual. Sexual reproduction have two parents and different offspring. That's an example like us human beings and animals. When we have asexual reproduction, it has one parent and is identical. So what is asexual reproduction? This is a way of creating or making new offspring that only need one parent. So it has one parent. The reproduce will be identical, so its parent, it do not need a partner to reproduce. It does not have no gametes fusing. And this commonly occurs in plants. Alright, so the example of asexual reproduction, this can be bacteria, yeast, budding. Example, Cpce Practicum. So here we have an example of the Cpce Practicum here. This is one of our asexual reproduction plant here. It has its roots here. And it has its stem. It can also be reproduced by the root and stem or the leaf. Alright.
Okay, let's move on to sexual reproduction. Since we just went through what was asexual reproduction and slightly on what was sexual reproduction, we should have an idea of what sexual reproduction is. Then we identify that asexual reproduction has one parent. Now we can say that sexual reproduction includes two parents. Now, another specialty about sexual reproduction, which is different from asexual reproduction, is that sexual reproduction, when the two parents come together to produce a child, the child usually has variation and doesn't look like an exact copy of their parents. They showcase little features like Miss Camille and I. We can see how different we are because we have two different parents, Camille is tall and I am short. There are other features we can do too. Along with an example as a dog, as you see here, you can see how the dog collects his mother's blue eyes and his father's color. Now, when it comes to sexual reproduction, two gametes need to fuse. As we mentioned in sexual reproduction, there is no gamete fusion, but in sexual reproduction, two gametes need to fuse. Now, these two gametes are going to be the male sex cell and the female sex cell. For humans, it will be the sperm cell and it will be the ovum. Together, when they bind, that binding is called fertilization. And when they bind, they're able to create a zygote, which will then turn into a baby. And for plants, you will have the antler and you will have the ovum working together to fuse again to create fertilization and have a seed. Now that we went through those two types, let's go on to an activity. The first activity we're going to have is we're going to have a list of organisms. Our dear Miss Denise will walk around and she will give you a bunch of organisms and
So our first organism, which organism do you think this belongs under? Sexual reproduction, very good. Give a round of applause. Our next organism, we have a flowering plant. We have the female parts of the flowers, and we have the male parts of the flowers. So there's two parents. Which type of reproduction would this organism be under? Sexual reproduction. Very good. Give them a round of applause. Now this is a little tricky. We have an organism here. Can you guys tell what this is? This is a picture of the bacterium. This is what a bacterial cell looks like. So here we have one parent and it's being divided into two. Which organism does this belong under? Very good. Asexual reproduction, because it's one parent and it's being divided into two cells. Very good. Next organism, we have a starfish. We have one parent and that is being divided. This would be asexual reproduction. Very good, right, students? We have a chicken family. We have the hen and we have the cock and its offspring. This would be sexual reproduction. Very good. And last but not least, we have a picture of a potato and we're seeing little buds, little offsprings up top of there. Which reproduction does this belong under? There's only one parent and this is the offsprings on top of it. Very good. This would be asexual reproduction. Very good, students. So let's have brought us to the end of our lesson. What have you guys learned? Very good, very good. We have learned the importance of reproduction. We defined reproduction. We talked about the types, which is asexual, sexual reproduction. We talked about what takes place during sexual reproduction with the fusion of the male and female gametes. We also went on to talk about asexual. Some examples would include the potato callaloo, the lizard, and different other examples. So I want to thank you all for participating in today's class. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.